Why does London have so many airports? And why are all of them inconvenient? Flying was just a hobby initially. All you needed to start an airport was a large piece of land, to be dirty rich, and also to have a place to store your plane afterwards. Fast forward a couple of years, and then came the First World War. Britain thought that the new invention of the aircraft would propel them through the war and save the motherland. Soon enough, the British government opened up many Royal Air Force bases around the area of London, practically aerodromes, but with no civilian activity. The people of Britain caught on to the idea of flight pretty quickly, including with some bizarre ideas for aerodromes. They wanted commute to London to be through flying, and many experts assumed that everyone would be able to fly into the city just like driving with cars. Probably the biggest idea at the time was to connect Londoners on top of this very building, London King's Cross train station. The aerodrome would be placed on the roof of King's Cross with 6 runways to allow aircraft from all directions. Its shape would be like a bicycle wheel. Croydon Airport would become Britain's first airport, with international links around the world. As World War II rolled around, jets became way noisier. Because of that, Croydon Airport eventually became too small. It had to expand, but by adding a 3rd runway, they would get into the neighbourhood nearby, and the residents would not take that lightly. Croydon Airport had to close, and the race was on to find Britain's next airport. Flying was a major contributor to the British economy now. An area near Hounslow was found. The name? Heathrow. 2 words. Construction immediately started, and this airport would become the airport jewel of Britain. The terminals looked something like this. Not the best, I know. Definitely not what it is like today. The government also needed a backup airport, just in case. So they converted RAF Gatwick into Gatwick Airport. Basically a smaller Heathrow with 1 runway. And then came the 1960s holiday package. Flying was accessible to more and more people now, and not only Heathrow, but also Gatwick could not cope with the massive surge of air travel. The race was on again to find London's 3rd busiest airport to cope up with all this demand, so RAF Stansted was converted to Stansted Airport. Many airports have tried to use the word London to attract more passengers, even if they're nowhere near London. For example, London Luton. That's not to forget London Oxford Airport, London Cambridge Airport, and London Southend Airport. And then the biggest offender of them all, London Ashford Lydd Airport, which is closer to France than London and is 12 miles away from Ashford. And then when Canary Wharf, London's central business district, was being constructed, there was a small bit of land by a dock, just the size of a runway and just the shape of it as well. So that's where London City Airport was built. That airport is mainly just for business people though. Mayor of London at the time, Boris Johnson, suggested building an airport in the Thames estuary on a so-called Boris Island, where expansion would be unrestricted. The airport would have many runways as well. A 3rd runway for Europe's busiest airport, London Heathrow, has been suggested and is currently in the talks. However, environmental groups and local groups have suggested that it will do more damage than good. To conclude, London does need all of these airports, and the dilemma sort of continues.